Alright. Hello and welcome. My name is Ruby, and I'm going to be playing Ratopia today. And is my audio terrible? Yes, because I don't have the energy to crack out my lovely mic and hook it up to my computer and hook everything up. So I just thought I was going to record it and edit it and see how it goes. So, my goal is to do one video a month for this year. It was just sort of a personal goal because I wanted to... Settings. It was a personal goal because I wanted to have sort of a thing to do this year on top of the other things I do, and I've been obsessively playing this game. So, Ratopia is a management sim where you build a city after your previous city has fallen, and you're sort of the princess and the leader of this entire city. So, we're going to do a new game. Nibbles is the name of the first rat I've ever had, so I'm going to keep that. You might hear my dog in the background. Let's go with some, like, fun white hair. Like, ooh, a bun like that. Top dot. Let's do cutesy face. For white fur, gray cloth. I have a bunch of these. These guys are locked still. I really love green as the base. Ooh, that's fun. Let's go with red. Nibbles had red eyes, so let's go with red. And then the character, you can get bonuses. So this one you start with experience and research points. You start with better attack power and health. This one you start with better moving speed and capacity. This one you start with better migrant abilities and your city happiness starts up higher. This one means you have better money and stuff. So I might start with this one because it's nice to level up quickly. I've been playing a lot of this with the extra movement speed and capacity, but you can build that up pretty quickly, so it shouldn't be too bad to start with. So let's do Prestigious Scholar. And then we're going to apply the settlement, we're going to change. Let's do the Bard Kingdom, because, you know, Bard Arts, all that jazz. Starting seasons, I'm going to leave all that. Seed, I'm going to just keyboard smash numbers. Confirm. Apply and exit. It's going to be on easy. I'm a basic person, so I'm going to leave it on easy. I'm going to leave the tutorial off because I'll explain how to play. So let's see. So this is the loading screen. I'm going to leave this up. I can actually read this for you guys. I wonder how far I've got. Finally, those assassins seem to be giving up, but all my loyal subjects are on too. I guess I'll have to stay here, brace myself, and perhaps this place might become my new home. So this is the guy who helps you escape, and he helps you build your first chest. And this is a big part of the mechanics of the game. Everything goes into this chest. So first I'm going to go for wood, because you need two things to build a city entrance, which is the first thing you're going to want to build. You need wood and you need stone. So I will chop down 2 trees. The first tree will be for the actual city entrance, and the second tree will be, or the first tree was for filling up the thing so it acknowledged I had logs in it. So I'm just going to drop this here because you can jump 2 squares. So I'm going to collect this stone that I pick up here so that the chest registers that I picked up stone before, and I have enough stone in my chest to build things, because you need enough stone in your chest to build things. I'm playing this on my Mac laptop, so it's going to be a little bit jankier. I think this works really well on a controller, but I don't want to do the bother to set it up. Oops, I don't want to build anything. I actually want to... Oh, right, you can't mark it yet. So normally when I'm doing stuff like this, I will mark out a specific area I want to collect resources from. And when you have other villagers, you can use them to do the resource collecting. Or citizens, they call them. Ratizens, they call them, which is very cute. But you can have them do all the work, but I don't have any right now, so... Oh, right. I can actually mark down to build this, which is ladders for me to get up and down, and then I'm also going to go to Royal and click City Entrance and put it right under here. It's just a habit of mine to put the city entrance right under. I don't think that's necessary, but I like how it tucks right in under a chest, and you can get plenty of resources from mining out that area, and it requires 3 wood and 3 stone, and you get 3 wood and 3 stone from every block of stone you take down and every tree you take down. So it's super useful to have that pre-prepped, you know? And very quickly we're going to need to gather certain resources to help provide like good lives for our citizens and beds and food and stuff. So I will prep those once I'm done chopping down all these things. It's such a peaceful game. Like, even when conflict happens, I still find this game really peaceful. And you can really quickly build it up so that it's like those conflicts aren't even that dangerous. Eventually I'll play it for hard, but okay. So he's a floor, but he's clumsy. This one's skillful, that militant, bigger appetite, but they're cooperationists. I'm gonna pick this one because bigger appetite can be handled with food by like the mid game. You usually don't have many problems with food if you're managing properly. Cooperationist is super helpful because they'll always be part of the biggest social class. Militant is useful when you have like a fighter, but this skillful will be super helpful for their initial job, which eventually I'll probably move them over to actually fighting fights, but right now their official job is going to be making planks for me, and this person is going to end up gathering resources, but I have to have them gather resources first. So they're the beginning ones I pick. I'm going to click confirm. And they'll start delivering things and putting resources into things that need to be made, and then making them for us, which is super helpful. But it costs us money, and you can see our money is starting to go down. So I'm actually gonna go to gather and just highlight everything. So then they'll start gathering those things, and we can get more wood quickly. Uh-oh. So this will spawn monsters later, so we're gonna have to prepare for that. But I usually like to explore a little bit after this, because they'll clean up the mess I left behind, and they'll make it a bit easier to just go through everything. Let's actually see if I mine one down, if I'll be able to jump. I think I should be able to, but we'll see. Yay! So I usually use this first bit to like explore a little while they're cleaning everything up. And that gives me a chance to be like, okay, what resources do I have in immediate access? What resources am I gonna have to like look around for? Oh, that's insane. Crystal usually isn't up this high, but we walked right up to a crystal cave, so that's great. Like, genuinely awesome. I haven't ever had crystal this quickly. Crystal is super useful for late game when you're doing a lot more trading. As you can see, it takes forever to chop through when you're a newbie. And I can actually build a little dirt block here, because I put some dirt in there. Now I have dirt, and I can fill that, and then boom, it's gonna pop us up. I'm gonna pick up the crystals. I'm gonna go back home, because that's the end of the road for me, sort of. Later I can try to figure out different ways to jump down paths, but this is just the start of the game. I'm not gonna need that resource right away. The only reason I'm picking this up is every new item you put in gives you a new research point, and research points are incredibly useful to start, because you'll need a lot of stuff within the first, like, 10 days. Like, normally by now I would have already set up the thing I'm going to use to build all of my stuff on. So like, I only have 2 of these. I'm gonna need to get more, so I'm just gonna go start lifting stuff up. So the importance of like having stuff as quick as possible, specifically a like what is it called? Plank workshop? Sawmill. Hi, I'm not very bright right now. So the importance of having a sawmill cannot be understated. It's super important to the game. Everything pretty much needs planks. All advanced things need planks. And wood is your only truly renewable resource right now. Ooh, intelligence. This person's going to be super useful for doing tasks. This one's frugal, but they're an elitist, which can be a little frustrating. Intelligent royalist. Okay, so this person has just as good, they have better stats than this person. This person's happy, but I will be passing whoever does my research. Either way, we want them to be intelligent, they gain XP faster, and they're smarter to start with. So let's do these two. Alright. 2 more, wonderful. 2! Excuse me. Sawmill needs 4. And we have plenty of logs, so I'm gonna add more. So we're on day 2. Here we go. And now that I have them almost, fully cleaned up over here, I'm gonna do real quick mind command. Mine command, sorry. Real quick mine command. So they'll start clearing out these spaces. And we won't have to worry about a lack of resources for a little bit. Very soon I'm also going to have to make a specific... I'm going to have to make a very specific thing to start gathering food resources, but it requires planks. So it says Lola's going to be the best option, and I agree with that. Layla. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. And they're not wrong. Layla's going to be the best option. She has the skill that makes it so she'll work better and faster. I also like to mark out where the trees are. Yeah, that's a good spot to pull in. And then we have another tree here. We don't have enough dirt to pick up, but... And every single action they do, so like mining out something and then dropping stuff off, will get them paid for the things they drop off. And that's why you've got to get stuff up as quickly as possible, because eventually you're going to have to start paying everybody a lot of money, and you need some way to gain that money back, and either you're going to have to build a mint, which makes money, or do taxes, and I always like to do taxes, and I'll have a I'll provide a basic income and a cap and a wealth cap, and that's how I usually keep enough money. For some reason though, the basic income usually glitches out and doesn't provide enough resources, which is a little annoying, but one can dream. That is not, I keep pressing F when I mean to press E. Cute, I'm gonna see if I have enough now. Okay, so here we go. Actually, I don't need this one right now, because I actually need... I'm gonna climb up this is a tree, if you can tell the scale of how small we are. So I'm gonna climb up this tree, but I'm only climbing up this tree because I want to take down these little bits, which are grass, and they're super useful. Grass is incredibly useful. You use it for a lot of things. It's also a renewable resource, but it's not as easy to renew as most of the other resources I use. So I'm going to pick this up and then I'm going to put it away. If you hear weird cat screams, that's my big, giant, like 15-pound kitten. He's a year old and he's a large breed kitten, so he's going to stay a kitten for another year. According to the vet, he's huge and he makes little weird trilly screams when he wants something. Okay, so progressive but fragile, extravagant hypertension. This person has no benefits. Quiet but a crier. Monetarist, this means they don't like taxes in their slob. So none of these guys are good enough, so I'm going to send them away. And I like to be very particular about my my people I hire, or like allow into my village, because I'm working really hard to make like a good country, right? And people who don't want to help, or who are going to object to like taxation, aren't going to actually benefit my country, because they're just going to end up damaging us in the long run, and I won't be able to build up as adaptive a country, because people keep getting mad at me. And you want to reduce the stress possibilities of your citizens as much as possible. Like, one of the reasons I'm collecting all of this is because I'm going to make beds for everybody. Because everybody, unless they are marked with the floor personality trait, everybody likes to sleep in a bed. So I like to plan this by building beds right next to their houses. Or, not their houses, their workspaces. So, bed right next to the workspace. And there are times I don't do this, but usually I do. So now that we have enough, we should have enough to put this right here. Perfect. So I don't always tuck these guys into corners, but it can be really useful to tuck them in the corners. I also need to build Royal Research Bench. Okay, so I need 2 more. So I just got, wait till Lola puts in 2 more. But grass is super helpful. You also make shelves out of it. Yay. Research desk. Perfect. And then I also have to make the area for the researcher. I usually like to do 3 high. I'm going to cancel this one because this is going to become shelf ladder. It's going to become a ladder. So there we go. And you can usually mine down, and they'll fill it for you as you mine down, because they don't want to leave their leader, you know, like, in the lurch. Okay, I got a quick F. Research. So, a really early research I like to do is silviculture post. It actually makes plants grow better, and this means you don't need to have immediately a farm, right? It gives you a little space, and I like to build a water farm before I build any other type of farm, so that way I don't have to worry about not having the resources I need when I do have a farm, because farms take a lot of water. They take so much water, and it's like annoying to keep up the amount of water they need at times. So I prefer to have an already prepped, perfect. A laboratory should go right here. And then I'm going to put the laboratory person's bed here. And then I'm going to put a service, which is going to be the toilet, right here. And that's going to give them back cleanliness. And all of this is just really good motivational stuff for them. Like, they'll be much happier if we provide all this stuff for them. Alright. And early on you want more migrants than less, but you also don't want to get any migrants that are going to be bad. So none of these guys actually have enough good traits. Like, conservative is really annoying. Cooperationist is great, but they're extravagant, so you need more money. Pacifist, big appetite, no good ones. Anarchist, slow moving, neither of those are good. So we're going to click escape, send them away. And we don't want raw meat right now. It takes 2 steps, I think, or 1 step to turn raw meat into food, so it's a lot of work. Now, cleanliness is one of the things that makes them happy. And so, having a toilet there is going to mean that they'll go when they need to go to the bathroom. And it'll provide them more cleanliness. And that will keep them happier. Because, like, let me see, actually. Oh, no. Okay, pick Dorothy, thank you. So you see, Dorothy has all these needs, and they're all over there. All those needs, and we need to make sure she keeps those up as much as possible. Because the lower they are, the lower her happiness is, and that means eventually, if she's unhappy enough, she might protest and refuse to work, or completely revolt against us, which is annoying, because then you have to essentially beat them up so bad that they pass out, and then you can put them in an environment where they can heal, and then usually that calms them down enough. But if their needs aren't met, they get angry. Like, that's valid. If my needs aren't met, I get angry too. So, since they're taking too much time doing other things, sometimes they do stuff in order, sometimes they do stuff. It's not exactly clear how the pathing works, which is a little annoying. I'm not a huge fan of games where I don't understand the pathing. And you can see I already leveled up once. So I already have one better picking up stuff. My carry weight has increased from 3 to 4. And so, like, that's why the extra carry spot is super helpful. But it's not as helpful as, like, extra research or extra ability to gain XP, so you level up faster. It's just something when I'm messing about trying to figure out how to play the game better. Oh, I have to mark Lola's bed. I'm sorry, Layla. I'm sorry, Layla. Or Lala. Do you know what? I give up. I don't know how to pronounce anything. But it really helps keep that, like, equilibrium in this game to keep them happy. And it's not fun having to deal with revolts. I don't like it. Nobody who plays this game likes it, I think. I don't know how many people play this game. I'm mostly obsessed with it because I breed rats. I've had rats since I was like 10. And they're one of my favorite pets. So, oh, come on. So none of these guys are good. This one comes with grass, but it's not worth it for the slob. And neat comes with conservative. Like, again, I rarely pay attention to these stats because these stats only come in when you're actually assigning jobs, and they improve as they do jobs, so I'm gonna send them away again. Oh well. Eventually they'll also need happiness, which is gonna be given by, I'm gonna make a circus person. Requires research. Actually, why haven't I clicked any research other than that one? So let's hear. So this circus stand, they love the circus stand. And these tables are super helpful to just maintain some happiness. I'm gonna buy this masonry right away so we can have 3 going at once. But all of those things are super helpful for just like balancing some equilibrium and making sure you keep people contented without overtaxing your system. Also, a stonemason is really important because a lot of advanced buildings require stone blocks or stone bricks. I can't remember what they're called, but they're pretty much stone bricks. You can hear the different sound depending on what material you're on. When you're on a metal, it makes this metallic sound. It's kind of fun. It's a really well thought through game. But I've had rats since I was like a little kid, and I've loved them for years. And then in college, I got them again. And I've had rats ever since, and I started breeding a couple of years ago, and it's been the most fun thing I've done in a long time. It brings me unbelievable amounts of joy. Like, we literally had a rat have babies this morning as of recording. So, it was just absolutely wonderful, and these guys are very special to me, so I'm really excited. I'm on my 6th generation now. Okay, Dorothy... No, I want you. Who's gonna be better? I mean, honestly, you're probably gonna be better. Not overall, just for now. Let's check how much wood we actually have in there, because... Oh, we're running low on wood. Let's just pick that up. Because it takes 1 wood for each of their things they make, so... Oh, nice. So now that my Radissons are in need of joy, I'm going to probably add in some joy buildings. So let's build a circus stand and a table. I'm going to put that there. Okay, and then I'm also going to assign that job real quick. Dorothy here. And then we want Dorothy to sleep in this bed. So she doesn't have to go very far for her job at all. New migrants. Oh, that's awesome. Skillful and cooperationist. This means that they won't be as happy as much, and they get unhappy with certain things, so... This person isn't worth it, but Joseph is definitely worth it. Oh no, did I not pick... Oh, picked up Joseph. Good. I for a second thought I was going to replace Lala with Joseph. And then this is going to be Joseph's bed now. Nia also needs a bed. I can put it right here, and then I can build a little safe bit so it's actually an alcove, not exposed to the elements, you know? Yeah, that's a lot better. And see, they're immediately eating at it, and it gives, what does it do? +1 happiness for 48 hours. So it's just a little happiness boost, but I think it's really useful to have a bunch of little ones. This is going to be operated by a Ratopolise, so it's going to be a bit more of a kick when it comes to the boost. I feel like I actually have enough to research more, so I'm going to do that. Let's do kiln, furnace, and weaving mill. Because a weaving mill gives you a cloth which you can make a ruler's bed. What is it called? It might be actually just called the ruler's bed, but royal bed, right? So you can make a royal bed which lets you regen your own health, and if you fall you take health damage. When the village is attacked, you take health damage. So it's really important to get one of those on the quicker side if you can. And I'm just setting up all of the basics. We're not even getting into like the more advanced stuff. This is just sort of like what you want in your first week in this game. Let's see if I actually... Is there any more? Okay, there is dirt here. So I'm gonna... Oh, nope, somebody's gonna fill that, so we're good. This person's gonna need a bed, so... I will give people who don't work a bed soon, but it's gonna take a minute. And I like people's bed to be right nearby where they work. We need more logs. So I'm gonna... Not even like... Actually, I don't want to do that. I'll individually click, because I don't want to accidentally harvest bear, you know? And I'll actually mark all these for mining. Because again, you need more of that. One second. I will check the new migrants in a moment. Okay. Ooh, athletic and royalist, that's great. Hardy and royalist. Hardy and pacifist. This isn't useful because pacifist means they don't want to fight, and this only improves health. Floor, but stupid. So I think... I'm gonna go with a waterer. The water person. I'm gonna see if they're better for this job. So what's Nia's skills? Frugal and elitist. So I think right now Nia's gonna stay there. I could actually put Nia in this bed. Okay, so now I'm gonna start building a little bit more of an expanded bed area. Oh, never mind, we need wood. Alright, well, since we're gonna need wood, I'm gonna expand down. And then I don't have any... Alright. Aya, you sleep there. Base. Bed. Do I have enough? Nope. Who's taking all of this? Oh, it was me. It was me. Because I wanted to build. That's what happened. And then I'm going to queue, build, base, bed. Make one here for Aya. Once Joseph is done, I'm gonna check. So the furnace, okay, so then, how much is this? Logging camp, and what's its stats? 3x2, so, what if I, pick up this grass, move the grass seed, and then I can put the logging camp right here. Or do I want to build the logging camp over here? Well, there's no trees this way, so I think I'm going to have to build a logging camp over here. Alright, time to research the logging camp. Because the logging camp is super helpful. It keeps a much more balanced income. And Ivy or Lola will work great. We actually don't need the weaving mill anytime soon, but I'd like to get it researched ASAP. Done with this, I will check the new villagers. Ooh, cooperationist and quick. I know exactly who I'd want him for. That's weird, but not useless. This guy kind of is, because anarchist, you're gonna walk past them all the time. Especially if you want to collect. This isn't bad, but I really could use quick for... So, who's that? Tom. So I'm going to replace this person with Tom, because Tom is fast. So that means Tom will be able to gather things quicker because he won't spend as much time standing about, and he'll improve his stats quickly. Like, I don't mind if he harvests a little slower, because I can make up for that. We're on day 5. Right now I'm just picking things up and dropping them, so they're not in the water. And you can just shovel water for a lot of time. I usually like to pick up the early water deposits and just have everybody take them eventually to the chest, just so we have some on hand. But you can do it pretty much any time. And there's even a building you can get to make them do it, but I usually ignore that because I usually don't do it until I'm actually setting up a full watering system. Yeah, it's this tool, a water tank. Kiln furnace, okay. Grinder's probably a good one to have. And I'll start doing some research for military stuff, because eventually we're gonna get attacked. Wait, I have logging camp researched. It's gonna be raw materials logging camp. And I'm gonna put their bed nowhere, because they don't Lola should, when she wakes up, spend her time chopping stuff down for us. Frugal militant, that's gonna be useful. Not really useful. Not really useful, so we're gonna go with this. And we'll get more research points, because I'll pick up the fish, put them in the box, and boom, research points. So also water, boom, research points. So I'm gonna do this one. I don't need a porter station yet, but I might actually do wooden ladder sooner than I normally do. And then wooden block. Okay, I don't have research points for that. That's fine. I love the sound of the loon as the day changes. It's just silly. I'm from Minnesota originally, and we have a lot of loons in there. Actually, I didn't realize they had loons on the East Coast until I moved here and found out apparently loons are pretty common around here. I thought they were just a North Midwest thing for some reason. Okay, mini storage is complete. Mini storage is just a simpler version of storage. It's really helpful from the standpoint of wanting to have a basic thing you can pop down when you have something that you want to only take from one storage. I like to use mini storages for that. Oh yay, fish! And mud! I can set up a fisherman there. But I'm more excited about the mud, if I'm honest. Mud is super useful for farming. You can make these little farms of like these types of resources, you know, the little floating ones. And it's really helpful because it reduces the amount of going about and finding things you need to do. You can just place down some of those containers. So we've made enough of these. I'm going to add in sticks too, because we're going to start needing some sticks. And now we're getting a very average amount of things per day, so. Let's see if there's anybody good. Ooh, that's a great person. They're optimistic and they have athletic. This one, I'm going to put down a table here. And eventually all these little gaps, I'll actually like take the resources out. But it's still useful to start with to just have a method and a system you want set up. Like that's why I set up that whole sort of barracks area, because we may not need every single one of these, but it's going to be useful to have them nonetheless. I wish there was like a sweep thing like there is in Oni, oxygen not included, because I get so annoyed with all these little bits and bobs everywhere. And I do really like the the auto-save options in this game. It's pretty frequent, and if I mess up, I never feel like I'm being thrown too far back. doesn't have a bed and wants one. Chase, congratulations. Rats regen stamina and are happier when they have beds. So they're less stressed, and you want them to be not stressed. In real life, rats prefer to sleep in giant piles on top of each other. Or at least that's what my boys do. My girls also sleep in giant piles, but they're usually like 3 or 4 in a pile, versus like all of my boys. I currently have 3 boys that I'm holding for friends, 2 that are for me, and then 2 adult breeding males. So all of them will sleep in one giant pile in a specific type of hide we have for them. Ivy is good. Gold is cool. Come on. You have to press tab to rotate through those, so it's a little annoying. Because I'm not always, like, emotionally prepared for it. And I'll just get really frustrated at times. There we go. Nia. Everyone has a bed. Even if you don't plan to take anybody, you can always just check. Like, this isn't good enough. So I'll send them away. But it's good to at least check, and if you do find someone you want to keep, you can leave them there. Or you can just reject it and wait for it to reroll. You know, that's kind of the nice thing about it. So you don't need to be there, but it gives you the option to if you want to. Okay, so now we'll do this. Here we go. Dude. This is part of my organization start, you know, like, if I do this, I can tell where my levels are going to be, because levels should be about 3 high. I don't think there's any 4 high objects in this game. But 3 high objects are quite common. So, 3 high is how you want it to go. And there's a chance that that leveling will go completely away, because eventually I'll want to... Actually, probably under this level, I'll want to set up a level that's for a minecart or a railroad to go straight through from each side, so... But it's good to have anyway. Just as a starting place. Alright, now I have more research points. I'm going to go back into research. Right, so... Don't need any of those right now. I'd love to research a mint. Dye workshop's really useful, but arena's not that useful. Let's start this way. Training camp. Nope, training camp. And then we'll wait to research barracks. Ooh. So we're going to get flint soon. I think that's flint. Or is it? The thing that makes roofs out of? I can't remember. Oh, so that's a jungle tree down there. That's gonna be awesome. Usually I'm not so lucky with running right into other biomes. I am ADHD, so I got a little obsessive. Oh, slate, that's the term. Slate is used in some countries as roofing. In the US, we usually use it as either avant-garde plates or it's a stepping stone. But slate or tile. People love slate tile. No. None of these guys are that good. But these, I mean, this might actually be a good pair. We can check how much food we have. Here. If you go to this, you can go to statistics. And you can go specifically to this. And then you can also go to this, which will tell you. So we're up 18, so we have plenty of food. Because I think they only eat once per day. So that's plenty of food. Ooh, we'll have frogs quickly. That's exciting. Alright, let's get down. Get down here. I'm gonna actually set up a continuing build part there, just because we're gonna eventually do that anyway. And you can use the mini-map to, like, sort of cheat a little. And, you know, use your eyes to tell what you're gonna be exploring next. So I'm in my first week, and this has been pretty eventful. I've gotten a lot done. So, I will see you next time. Goodbye.